Hare Om. Common for fight. Yesterday we discussed. Did we? Did we discuss yesterday? Okay. I forgot. कब छुट्टी थी? परसों? So yesterday we saw Gita, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 7th discourse and 30th, the last sloka. Lord Krishna declares to Arjuna, assures, certifies, guarantees Sadhi bhutadhi daivam mam sadhi yagyam jaye viduh prayana kale pichamam te vidur yukta chetasaha. एक बात बताऊं, अंदर की बात हिंदी में बोल देता हूँ। सबको समझ में नहीं आएगा। संस्कृत का 100 अक्षर मैं नहीं जानता, सच बोलता हूँ। आदत से कुछ हो गया है। कभी थोड़ा धातु रूप, कभी शब्द रूप, कृदंत, तद्धित, समास, संधि कभी पढ़ा था। तो ये आदत से कुछ थोड़ा बहुत होता है। मैं संस्कृत का कुछ जानकारी मेरे पास नहीं, सच्ची बात। ये सच्ची बात है। ढाबा मार देता हूँ। सच्चाई तो सच्चाई है। ऐसा संस्कृत में भी बात कर सकता हूँ। थोड़ा बहुत गलती हो जाएगा, क्या हो गया। घंटों तक हम बात कर सकते हैं। उसमें है क्या, कुछ शुद्ध शब्दों को इस्तेमाल कर दो, अनुसार विसर्ग लगा दो, संस्कृत बन जाता है। साधि भूताधि दैवम माम साधि यज्ञम चजे विदुः प्रयाण काले पिजमम ते विदुर युक्त चेतसः. Those who know me with the adhibhut pertaining to the elements, adhidaiva pertaining to the gods, and the adhiyagya pertaining to the sacrifice. About sacrifice we had discussed yesterday. Adi Daiva, the gods also, many gods we have discussed. Adi Bhut, 5, all the 5 groups. Now, one who knows in this way me, he, even at the time of death, steadfast in mind. He knows me. He knows me. Once you know, you cannot forget. You see, in the dark, pitch dark night, cloudy night, you have lost your path and you are going somewhere. You are misleaded and you are roaming in the forest and you are so afraid of everything. Once there is a lightning, how you see everything which cannot be forgotten. In this way, once the glimpse you get of the absolute. You cannot forget it. Once it makes such a strong impression in the mind. Mind has to be lighted by it. Of course, enlightenment is different, but it will be lighted which cannot be forgotten. There is a saying, I don't remember the exact saying, but the meaning is, if the water goes on continuously over some rock, it creates some strong furrow. And there is other saying also in Sanskrit, whatever is continuously goes on, it creates a strong impression. And of course it is on habits. But once the doubt is clarified, then that doubt cannot come again. If it is rooted out completely from its root, it will never occur again. That is how clarity is understood. Clarity. Yes.
So in that case only should we understand relatively the movement of the prana or the flow of the prana in a particular sense organ or in a more pressurized way. So it creates some kind of
Furrow? Yes, that's how two so big holes are there in your nose. Because of wind going out and coming in continuously from birth itself. So big holes created by prana only, prana and apana. That's a kind. Why not? Everything, whatever is repeated, it makes a strong impression. That's all. How does a child learn writing ABCD?
practice.
Again and again, again. That is how Lord Krishna said, Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena takrita. This is, of course, a habit. A strong impression is created. The other way of the strong impression is clarity. When it is clear, completely, absolutely doubtless, spotless, doubtless, this doubt on that point cannot occur again. That's how, if you have the glimpse of the absolute, even for once, even for a second, you cannot offer to yourself to this world. Never, never it can. Of course, that will strengthen in the course of time, but never you can be attached to the world. Never. Yes.
So, Ajnana, Samshaya, Smriti Nasha are the same.
Same, same. वह अनोखा आनंद रोमांच भर your once you experience it even for a second, that strange blissful state, it creates, it makes your hair stand on its root. Oh, Anokha Anand, strangely different from other happiness. Romanch bhar, वह छबिली छवि की झलके झलक जब मन कभी समाहित हो जावे, that occurs only when mind is absolutely steady, even for a second.
Still.
Yes, that is in other languages said, Yasya smaranam matrena, the moment you remember the God, that means you forget the whole world, even for a moment. Same thing, forgetting the world, remembering the Absolute. It occurs simultaneously. So, यस्य स्मरणमात्रेण जन्म संसार बंधनात् विमुच्यते, वह छबिली छवि की झलके झलक, that picturesque picture comes upon my vacant mood again and again when mind gets devoid of all the worldly thoughts.
Thoughtless.
Yes.
Thoughtless state.
जब मन कभी समाहित हो जावे, वो अनोखा आनंद, that strange blissful state, रोमांच भर, it makes the hair stand on its root. नयन नीर तब थलकावे, then the eyes gets filled with tears of bliss. What is the difference of tears of bliss and tears of sorrow? What is the difference?
Bliss is permanent.
This is temporary only. We are talking of once, a glimpse. So it is not yet it is not yet become permanent. Just one glimpse. That is enough.
It may have chemically difference also. May have.
They chemically, yes, physically, the tears of bliss, it comes from the right and this left end of the eyes, whereas the tears of sorrow, it comes from near the nose.
You have experienced only tears of bliss. I experienced.
And the tears of bliss is so cooling, so elevating, soothing. And the tears of sorrow, it is so fire-like, it burns the body. This is the difference. So he says, one who knows me in these three, pertaining to the gods, pertaining to the sacrifice, pertaining to the 5 elements, he gets steadfast in the mind and he remembers me at the time of death. Why he said at the time of death? Is it not so important to remember him always without death time? Why? There is some technical
Last impression.
point. Last impression is the best impression, not forgetful. Say you have come here. In the beginning I don't care, I didn't care for you. You are just behaved as ordinary guests. While going, if I make arati and put garlands and touch your feet and embrace you, and Bhai Sahib, you are going, please come again and again, it is your home. Don't hesitate. You can come at midnight also. Don't worry. Wherever you can enter, it is your house. And you go with this impression, what will happen to you? Can you forget it? And when you have come, I have welcomed you so nicely, so warmly. But when you go, nonsense, get out. What impression you will carry with you to your place? The last impression is the best impression. That continues for long. And it is one part. The other, from other angle if you see, before death, because of fear of getting away from this body, we are so much attached. There is a strong knot tied up. You are tied up in this body. That is called Chit Jad Granthi. You are not Jad. You are not inert. You are consciousness itself. But you have been so much closely become one with the body. It is so difficult to give up this body. Just as your skin is taken out from your body, how will you feel? That's how it is so difficult. And because of this great fear, mind becomes bewildered at the time of death, when it is ascertained that I am going to leave this body. At that time, there becomes some darkness in the mind. This is called murcha, a different kind of unconsciousness, different kind of coma. It is not ordinary coma. In coma, you have chance to come back to the body. In death coma, it is called murcha. Different word is used for it. Murcha means complete unawareness. Yes. There is no chance of getting back to the body. So, at that time, there comes a darkness. And at that time, this world is completely forgotten. Whatever you have done, generally one forgets everything. That is the, pardon?
During Murcha,
Yes.
you forgot so.
Everything is forgotten. That's how you go with some different impressions, whatever is accumulated in the whole lifetime and lives before, that will guide you in the subtle realms. You go behind it, you follow it. Yes,
So analytically should we understand it is a withdrawal of senses happens there?
of course, that is how the symptoms will be all the nervous system, they stop working from the nail to the heart, from the hair top to the heart, and all the prana accumulates in the heart, and then it tries to go out in a particular gateway according to the momentum, tendency of the accumulated karmas.
9 gates.
It is not independent to get out by itself. No. Prana is directed by karma. There is a saying, of course, in Sanskrit, prayana kalena manasa chalena. We shall see it in 8th chapter. Now it is introduction to the 8th chapter. End of 7th chapter. It pushes you into 8th chapter. There we shall discuss everything in elaborate way. There is another saying, dhanani bhumau pasavascha goshthe. The wealth you have accumulated in the whole of your life, it will remain in itself, in its own place. That means if you have dug it in the house or you have kept it in modern time in the lockers, it will remain there only. Dhanani bhumau pasavascha goshthe. Your animals, domestic animals, they will remain back. They will not come with you. So much you love your little beautiful black cow. How much milk it has given to you. But she will not come with you. Pasavascha goshthe. They will remain in the cow shed. Bharya grihadwari, half part of the body, the wife, she will come up to the door. She will not come with you up to the burial ground. Bharya grihadwari, janaha swansane, your friends, your kith and kins, your so close relations, they will come up to the crimson ground. Body, the dearest, with which we are so much attached, as if we are one with the body. Deha chitayam, it will remain on the
Fire.
yes, funeral fire. Karmanugo gacchati jiva eka. The individual soul will follow the directions of guidance of the karma, the actions you have done in the whole life as well as in previous births. So that is how you are guided in the subtle realms, so nothing will come with you. That's why knowing this, learning from some sages this, Alexander when left his body, he asked his subordinates to hang the hands both sides empty. Let the world understand, nothing will go with you. So this is how everything is left here. Your memories, your impressions, whatever is there, it will remain in the subtle form, in the soul that is carrying body, the Atibahik Sharir, they say.
Astral body.
Atibahik Sharir. Atibahik meaning is different. The carrying body, Atibahik. One who carries all these impressions, all the karmas in subtle form. Astral body, of course, that has different name, Atibahik Sharir. It carries all the impressions what you have collected. And it is otherwise known as Puryastak, subtle body, individual soul, the spirit, in different names they say. So in this way, at that time you forget everything. So if at all one has strong impression in his heart and subconscious mind of the memories of God, it will remain with you. That is what he is assuring. Lord Krishna assures, Prayana kalepi mam viduhu yukta chetasa, steadfast on the mind, steadfast mind, strong, unshaken, faith, devotional mind. It will remember God at that time, it will not forget. And that's how that will lead you in the astral plane. Yes.
So this happens when you practice from the beginning.
And heartily, mentally, physically, by all means, the whole body should be saturated with the thoughts of God. Example, there was some disciple of Gora Kumar. Gora Kumar was a great, great jnani and devotee. He was a pot maker. And he knows which pot is baked and which is which is raw. From face he will say what is there within. Such great wise man, realized soul. He had many disciples. One disciple, sincere disciple, he was living away from Guru in some distant village. Just as in hilly villages, there is no certainty. Any moment the pahad ka bhasa, jivan ka nasa. They say in a Pahadi language, your living in hills is ruining your life. No certainty. Any moment it can happen, anything can happen. So in such village he was living away from Guruji, some village, and there happened some natural calamity. Many of the villagers died, few survived. And this disciple also died. And then information came to the Guru. So he was not sannyasi, so his rituals should be done. So the Guru said, another disciple, please go and collect all these scattered away bones and flesh and parts of the body and collect it, burn it, and complete all the rituals and then come back. The disciple obeyed him and went there, but it was so disastered. Nothing can be find out. I have seen such cases. Once long ago, there was some disaster in Nilkant mountain, opposite to our Rishikesh Sivananda ashram. There was heavy run, and there was cloud blast, and so much happened. So many yatris in Shravan Mahina, torrential rains, and everybody washed away. We, after 2 days, our Sivananda people, they went, myself and many others, we went to see that disaster case. Nothing was somewhere, some half of the sandal, some torn cloths, some finger thrown out. Everything was scattered out. In this way, there was this disaster, and this disciple could not collect his particular bones and flesh and other things. Being unable, he came back and reported to Guruji. Guruji, it is not possible. Guruji banged him. Guruji banged him. You rascal, could you not collect his parts of the body from that disaster? No, Guruji, it was not possible. You fool. Go again and take all the parts of any scattered out bodies, any parts, and here put it near your ear. If it utters Ram, know that it belongs to my disciple. Can you imagine? It is a real incident. The body also chants Ram after death. After death, the flesh and bone chants Ram. Such is saturation. Such is one with the name of Lord. Yes.
Swamiji, Sant Tukaram
Yes.
was one day answering the nature's call. One priest, Orthodox priest, he saw that and he said you should not utter Ram Ram.
At the time of passing stool.
So Sant Tukaram said, okay, he kept quiet. But suddenly from all the pores of his skin, the
Started chanting Ram.
he fell at his feet. It is not for saints.
I thought he asked the fellow to go and smell the there will be fragrance. This is the case with the yogis. Their urine, their stool, everything scatter out. Fragrance only, not foul smell.
Vomiting,
Yes. And that is what in our Upanishad, Taittiriya Upanishad, even the vomiting is knowledge only. So in this way, your whole identity should be one with the Lord. And then how can you forget Lord at the time of death? There is no death for such a person. There is no death. What we think, such death never occurs to such people.
What happened to the person who dies in coma?
Yes. He forgets everything. That is what I clarified you now. He forgets everything. So, whatever is accumulated in the chitta or in the subtle body, which is made up of 8 aspects, eightfold body, that is called either carrying body or subtle body or eightfold body, that is called Puriyashtak, wherein the chitta is the main, is the central point, subconscious mind, and it has all the subtle impressions. So that will guide you, and that will do everything in the subtler world, and life afterwards. It will create a new body according to the tendencies which are ready to fructify. So, according to that, either human body or animal or birds or God or something, if all the means, not all of course, all means the bigger amount, bigger ratio of the accumulated karmas which are ready for fructifying, if the bigger amount, the ratio is higher, percentage higher of good, then he will take a subtle body in heaven, he will become a god for some time, means pretty long time. And if it is full of demerits, means higher portion is demerits, then he will go to, according to the nature of those sanskaras, either some animals, type of animals are decided according to the nature of the sanskaras you have collected. And animals, birds, insects, trees, and everything. And if it is somewhat equal, pape punye same kritva narajoni sujayate. When the good and bad is almost same, then he will come to human body, and he will create a human body out of 5 elements, and the subtle part of the essential sattvic part of the 5 elements becomes the mind and chitta, and then prana also, the air element becomes prana, and the body is built out of, composed out of 5 elements, gross elements, and this is how the bodies are made accordingly in next birth. There is no certainty you will again become human, or you have some other bodies waiting for you. It is already decided, everything is decided, because your karmas are always waiting to have progress. This is called evolution process, and this is how we see from the 100 Jatak tales of Buddha, how he had taken different bodies in different lives. This is bright example, and this is what the scriptures decisively say, declare, karmas are your fate. Whatever happens. And in rare cases, sometimes someone, some special case, he will have little memories of this life in the next life. So that is called Jati Smara. Jati Smara. He will remember this life's stories, everything clearly in the next birth. Rarely such cases happen.
What decides that?
Pardon?
That Jati Smriti, what decides, makes him...
Nothing, it has got no effect, only the memories of past, one life. Not sometimes the yogis are blessed with 3, 4, 5 lives memories. This is how Jadabharat remembered 3 lives before, and he was alert not to have love for anyone. He was so conscious not to have attachment to anyone, so he was always silent and behaving just like a madman, though inwardly he was a great, great wise man. All these are proofs, yes.
Swamiji, karma fructification, example is like you have got 5 or 10 fixed deposits.
Yes,
Your FD matures first.
it is fixed deposit or your lockers, whatever you have accumulated, everything at the time of need it is yours. But sometimes it doesn't come to you. Sometimes.
Now I am talking about the maturity. Whichever matures first in order. The
Pardon?
Karma, fructification, you say?
Nothing is said decisively. Nothing is clear. Gahana karmanagati. Ji. Nobody can say, because karmas are so subtle. One karma, whatever you do and I do, it has hell and heaven difference. You give 10 rupees to a beggar with love, with feeling. I gave with hatred, with anger. How much difference? It will yield different results. Same karma. It will have thousands of differences. So nobody can say what will happen to the result of your actions. That's why Lord Krishna said, Gahana karmanagati. Nobody knows what is the result. It is automatic process. Automatic. It is electronic process. Everything happens, that is called nature. That is, nature also as a whole cannot say anything. And that wholeness, that decision in wholeness, totality, that is called niyati.
Programmed.
Programmed. Everything is automatic.
Server is working.
Pardon?
Great server is working there.
Yes.
Nature.
The highest controller, niyati, one who leads everything perfectly, guides everyone. No defect. Now, let us see. They who are steadfast in mind, who have taken refuge in me, who know me as the knowledge of elements in the physical plane, as the knowledge of the gods in the celestial mental plane, or as the knowledge of the sacrifice in the realm of sacrifice, are not affected by death. One who knows me, I am in every action, I am present in every action and every moment, in all conditions, everywhere. He will not forget me at the time of death, because it is continuous. There is no effect on murcha at the time of death. No. They are not affected by death. Death here we have taken as murcha, the forgetting realm. They do not lose their memory. They continue to keep up the consciousness of me even at the time of their departure from this world. Who is like that? Even in unconscious state, if you chant the name of God, by chance you are saved. Ajamil. The right example. Those who worship me along with these three know me even at the time of death. Now in this way, this chapter is known by the name of Vijnana or Vijnana Yoga, means analytical knowledge. Yes. Or Jnana Yoga. There is a difference. Jnana means informative theoretical knowledge, and Vijnana means experiential, practical, and it is
Science of
oneness.
Science of that jnana.
Yes, yes, Vijnan. Om Tatsariti Srimad Gitasu Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Sri Krishna Arjuna Sambhade Jnana Vijnana Yoga Nama Saptamodhyaya. The yoga of wisdom and realization ends here thus. So, tomorrow we shall see the next 8th chapter. One thing we have to note here, Brahma Vidyayam Srimad Bhagavad Gitasu Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Sri Krishna Arjuna Sambhade Jnana Vijnana Yoga Nama Saptamodhyaya. So, if one asks you what is there in Gita, these 3 important points should not be forgotten. Brahma Vidya, it deals with the absolute truth. One. Then the essence of Upanishads. Upanishadsu, all the essence of Upanishads, which are essence of the the last end part of the Vedas, knowledge part of the Vedas. So it is essence of Vedas also. And Yoga Shastra, it teaches you to control your life by way of yoga. What is yoga? Karma sukha usalam, chitta vritti nirodha. By technical, mechanical, analytical way of life. That is called yoga. Every moment, by every means, we apply yoga only knowingly or unknowingly. But if you know it, you are aware of it, you can use yoga in a better way, and you can make your life better. This is only difference. Or else life means is yoga. Life means yoga. You cannot live without yoga. Some people think on yoga day, they think it is Hindu culture. It is not Hindu culture, it is human culture. Human culture. It is the way of life. Without yoga, you cannot live for a moment. Every moment you have to control your breath, to eat, drink, walk, and lift anything, to sleep. So you cannot give up yoga. This is the declaration of yoga. The life itself is called yoga. So Yoga Shastra, it teaches you how to live a prosperous, happy, meaningful, successful life and progress in the life and attain the goal of life. And that's how Gita also a scripture of yoga, not only Patanjali. Brahma Sutra also, Yoga Shastra. All the Upanishads, Yoga Shastra. They teach you how to live. Darshan, the real vision of life. That is called yoga. So Yoga Shastra, this is how we end the 7th chapter, and tomorrow we shall see now little starting. Adhatamodhyaya, 8th discourse. Akshara Brahma Yoga Nama Ashtamodhyaya. Its name is Akshara Brahma Yoga, the imperishable Brahman, the yoga of the imperishable Brahman, the absolute constancy, equilibrium, eternal and all omnisciency, omnipotency and omnipresency. Arjuna Uvacha Kim tad brahma kim adhyattam kim karma purushottama adhibhutam ja kim proktam adhidaivam kim uchyate. All these words uttered by Lord Krishna in the end of 7th chapter. So Lord, our Arjuna, the qualified disciple, in the midst of the war field, he wants to know all these. All these words told before So he wants to know what is the real meaning of all these words. You are going on blabbering something, oh Lord, I am not able to understand it, I am not able to hold it. Please explain me. What is the meaning of all these words? We shall see tomorrow. Thank you. Hari Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadguru Bhagavan ki jai, Satchidananda Bhagavan ki jai, Krishna Bhagavan ki jai, Gita Mata ki jai. This is called Bhagavad Gita, the eternal music of life. In this way we can mean it. Bhagavad Gita, eternal music. Music is life.